It's Steve! It's Steve! What?
So if you couldn't tell, I'm quite ill at the minute. I've got a bit of a cold. My chest is clogged. I'm losing 90% of my fluids through my nose. And you know what the main reason because of that is? No, it's not because I went to a public swimming pool that wasn't treated and someone probably peed in the pool. It's because the Minecraft movie trailer just came out, and I will be honest here, brave statement incoming that I definitely haven't stolen from popular commentary channel Critical. It is not good. It is beyond not good. Now, the Minecraft movie trailer is something that has been in concept for... I feel like it's been decades now, right? Like, for example, we've had the Five Nights at Freddy's film that came out that was done by Blumhouse. That, to be fair, for the most part, was actually pretty good. I mean, you know, back when it came out, I did actually caption it saying that the film wasn't very good. I did like a little meme, and then everyone basically quote tweeted it, roasting me. I feel there's a lot of films that Hollywood think about making, and then they kind of realize, no, we shouldn't do that, but then they end up doing it anyway. I mean, I remember like over 10 years ago, there was a meme movie that was meant to come out, this prophesized meme movie with like Migusta, socially awkward penguin, a bunch of memes that new gens would not understand. And then that morphed into the Emoji Movie, which is one of the most hated films of all time, mostly because one of the main characters is James Corden.
Welcome to the Loser Lounge.
I also feel that negativity online right now spreads a lot more than how it did, you know, a couple of years ago, because it gets clicks, it gets views. But that being said, me trying to be a contrarian as much as I can, the new Minecraft trailer, it does not look good. It looks absolutely horrendous. I mean, if you look at the like to dislike ratio now, I know it's not that accurate since YouTube blocked it, but it's just a very negative reception overall. Me personally, the biggest problem I have with the trailer is, why is it humans? Why is it actual, like, real actors inside a CGI world? That is the most dead kind of filmmaking imaginable. It's basically just like the Avengers films where, you know, it's people just on like a green screen set the entire time. But in the Avengers, it made sense because it was humans that were put into, you know, a realistic setting. But here, it's an animated setting. It's Minecraft, and they have real life actors. Like, they've got Jason Momoa. They've got Jack Black playing Minecraft Steve with the little blue shirt. You know, I love Jack Black just as much as the next 35-year-old Redditor. I even saw him live in Berlin, Tenacious D, with him and Kyle Gass. That was before the little spat that they had.
Meet me over by the drums. Do not bring your microphone.
You know, the joke that Kyle made about wanting to game end Orange Man, and that led to Jack basically saying he just doesn't stand for it.
Don't miss next time.
And another problem I have with the film as well, apart from the live action actors, I mean, we don't need that. We could have just had, like, you know, CGI, you know, like Minecraft Steve, the Minecraft female. I have no idea what her name is, I'll be honest. But think about it. If you actually had Minecraft characters in a Minecraft film, imagine the visual comedy and visual gags that you could have. I mean, we've already had Minecraft Story Mode. Like, that was an actual game that Telltale made. There was so much genius comedy there. I remember one scene, like, I've never played the games myself, but one scene that went, like, viral everywhere is when one of the main characters' pet pig, the pet pig dies, and he turns into a pork chop. And it's genius writing because it's really horrible. It's a horrible scene. The sad music playing. But then also, it's kind of funny because he turns into a literal pork chop.
It'll be fine. Are you okay? You're a hero. Don't say anything.
And also, the visuals of the actual Minecraft world itself, some of the scenes do look pretty good, but for the most part, it almost looks like a, you know, one of those texture packs you download, and it just looks way too realistic to the point that it's like very uncanny, photorealistic to the point that everything just looks off. That's exactly how the film looks. The film, I don't know how they've done it. The film does not look like Minecraft. It looks like a HD texture pack for Minecraft. I do have to be honest though, like, I am incredibly biased with this stuff. Like, one of my favorite texture packs of all time, there was a guy, this is old head. We are going back to old head territory. There was a Minecraft YouTuber called Disco, and he did these amazing coded, you know, redstone contraptions. And he also released his own texture pack called the OCD texture pack. And it basically simplified all the blocks and stuff like that. And it was very appealing to look at. If you don't know who Disco is, he was the guy who made the crying notch face. If you guys remember that, please God, tell me you remember that. I'm not that old, right? Oh God. Could you imagine the little Zoomers watching this video? They got no idea. So what? That's not a Fortnite event. What is that? You know, some of the actors in this film, I don't really have great hopes for. Jack Black, for example, I think he's a very talented guy, amazing musician. You know, some of my favorite films of all time is like Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny. But also, he has been in some real stinkers recently. Like, for example, the Borderlands film. He played the kind of like quirky claptrap side character. And I feel in this film as well, he's going to have the same kind of role. He won't have a main role. I guess more of like a side role or a cameo role. He's probably going to get these 4 characters and show them around, you know, the world and how it works and stuff, because he's someone that's basically lived there. You've also got Jason Momoa in the film as well. I have no idea what he's dressed as. He looks like a reject of Ken from the Barbie film. And then you've got other cast members in the trailer, like for example, white woman, black woman, and white child. I'll be honest, I have no idea who those people are. If they were in like your favorite Netflix series or something, I'm incredibly sorry to offend you, but genuinely the only people I know in this film are Jason Momoa and Jack Black. But again, I really don't watch films anymore. I think the last film I watched is Longlegs, and only because of Nicolas Cage. Let me in now, and it can be nice.
Let me in now, and it can be nice.
Now, I do think there is some credit needed. I don't like the visual style. I think it's really bizarre looking, but still, the VFX team, whoever's been hired and probably absolutely overworked, because VFX teams is basically the same as like working in video games. It's crunch hours. They've done a good job. I mean, some of the shots in this film, like when you can see, you know, the Minecraft trees and stuff and how the trees are blocks, that is good. I like that. I think the actual world looks good, but then the actual models that they've got look bad. Like, for example, there's some, you know, some scenes in the trailer where you can see like, you know, pigmen and stuff from the nether, and it just doesn't look good. You know, you can see pictures of like sheep, llamas. That doesn't look good, because it's almost like they've tried to keep the blocky Minecraft aesthetic, but then they've almost tried to shoe in like a kind of Angry Birds look where everything looks a little bit off, or almost like, you know, it doesn't have a consistent style. The Super Mario Brothers film had a consistent style. Again, that's another film that Jack Black was in, so he seems to be really doing this tour on like, you know, animated films at the minute, or playing an animated character in a live action film. Now, I get it, okay? The cards were stacked against them. To do a video game film and make it successful is really, really hard to do. You know, if you look at the Wikipedia page for video game films, I think only a handful of them are rated over 50%. Now, we're all being negative Nancy's, right? We're all jumping on how bad this film is. You know, oh God, it looks so awful. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna be terrible. Will it do well financially? Yes, it will. You know why the Borderlands film failed and no one saw it? Because Borderlands was an 18 rated game. Kids had no idea what that was. They weren't allowed to play it. Minecraft is one of the most accessible games on the entire planet. You could probably run Minecraft on like a toilet bidet if you programmed it properly. And I think that's the point. Like, it's not really to be like a groundbreaking film that appeases people. It's just to get kids to beg their parents to come into the cinema to watch the Minecraft film. Because again, that's 2 tickets, isn't it? If it's a parent and a child, that's 2 tickets. That's already double the profit. Like the Super Mario Brothers film, I don't think it was a terrible film. I just think it was like, you know, pretty forgettable. It's like, but again, it's like, that's not what they care about. They care about the kids. They want to try and get as many children in the cinema as possible to sell tickets, and they don't care about quality control. Parents are just happy that their child is looking at a big screen instead of just looking at an iPad. Could you imagine that? It's like, oh, Terry, I'm going to take our son. I'm going to take him to the cinema so he can stare at the big iPad on the wall, not the little one. The little one damages his eyes. And that's where he plays Roblox with the older men. Now, one of the only saving graces I can find for this film, which shows that someone in the department did actually care, is the fact the music for the film is scored by Mark Mothersbaugh. Now, if you're unfamiliar with that name, don't worry, I have no idea who he is either. He was the co-founder of the 80s electronic band Devo, which most people probably know as like the funny Red Hat people. Now, the important thing is this guy has scored loads and loads of video game music. He's done The Sims 2, Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, even, you know, Skate 3. You know how like everyone loves Skate 3, the funny game where you can like, you know, jump off your skateboard, and how people are begging for Skate 4. Isn't it crazy to think it's actually been like over 14 years since we've had a sequel to Skate 3? That is... whew. That is scary. He's also scored movies and TV shows, like, for example, the Rugrats, Regular Show, Thor Ragnarok, Cocaine Bear. Like, that's meant to be a saving grace. Oh, yeah, you know the guy who did Cocaine Bear? Let's get him on for the Minecraft film. So the point I'm trying to make there is at least the music score might be saved. Now, loads and loads of people, especially on Twitter, are just not happy with the Minecraft film. I mean, people on Twitter are never happy anyway because they complain 20 hours a day for free. But someone called Chonzo on Twitter made a really good point, basically saying that what made them upset is the fact that the Minecraft film could have looked like this. And they basically showed a trailer that Mojang did, or Microsoft, I guess, talking about the Minecraft Caves and Cliffs update. And this could have been what the Minecraft film could have looked like, which is not too dissimilar to how the film actually looks. But instead of having, you know, actual actors, it's Minecraft characters. Now, again, I have been very negative about the trailer. I don't think it's very good. I think it's a very bad representation of what Minecraft is. But again, it's going to do well. You know, we can hate on it and say how this isn't what I dreamed of, but it will do well because Minecraft is, you know, it came out 13 years ago. It's a very old game, but it constantly has a new influx of kids that play the game. And that's what's important. This isn't like an old franchise. I mean, you know, a great example that I talked about earlier, Borderlands. First of all, it was 18 only. It was M-rated. I mean, I get it. Like, the occasional parent will be based and let their kid, you know, play the game when they don't hit the age of 18. You know, it takes me back to me being like 12 years old playing GTA 4, and I just felt like the most evil person in the world. Like, oh, I'm playing a game that I'm not legally allowed to play. Oh my God. I always remember when I was trying to get like 18 rated games, I'd make up this lie saying how like it's rated 18 because the game is difficult, even though, you know, rating boards have nothing to do with difficulty. It's just like, you know, sex, violence, drugs. Minecraft is a game that resurges quite a lot. I mean, you know, you had the whole Yogscast thing like basically 10 years ago, and now, you know, more recently in 2020 you had lockdown, and then you had all these Minecrafters blow up overnight, you know, because every kid was basically stuck at home and they couldn't go outside. So all they could do really is use Twitter, but then they became quite depressed, so then they went over to YouTube, and it's like, oh look, that's Tommy in it. I'm gonna set my profile picture as him. I like that person now. Now, of course, as you can imagine, for such a momentous occasion, every YouTuber rushed to do a video on this. I think the opinion we need to respect the most are actually the Minecraft YouTubers themselves, because they are basically the major reason why this film will be financially successful. Tommy in it did a reaction. Captain Sparkles, another incredibly famous Minecraft YouTuber, also did a reaction to it, an analysis. But one video that I love out of every YouTuber on this site, Jax Films, did a reaction, right? And some of these people, they tried so hard to get it to the 8-minute mark so they could, you know, get more money and stuff, and they just fell short. I mean, Tommy in it just fell short, Critical just fell short, unlucky. But somehow Jax Films managed to turn it into a 30-minute video by basically having the most schizophrenic breakdown possible. He analyzed the entire trailer frame by frame, and I don't mean like, you know, frame by frame. Some people say that. He literally analyzed frame by frame while having this like VR avatar of himself on the right that's ran by AI. I'll be honest, I haven't checked in on Jax Films in quite a while, but I feel like the lore that has gone on over there has progressed about 7 layers deeper than the Sniper Wolf drama I saw him in last year.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is like a famous town in Minecraft. Like, does everyone know the village in Minecraft? I don't know exactly what I'm looking at, but it looks cute. I am so excited. Reactbot, are you ready for the Minecraft movie? Squeeze me, son? My man, let's go. So just imagine at all moments of this 90-minute or 2-hour movie, however long the movie is, they're just going like, but why is that tree floating after I cut it down? Why are the pigs talking? Steve who? I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait for that. Cinema.
Now, a lot of people as well have been very quick to point out the similarities between the Minecraft trailer and the first Sonic trailer. If you remember, Sonic obviously got a trailer, and everyone hated Sonic's design so much that they basically harassed Sega to the point that they had to redo the entire Sonic character. And thank God, because obviously in the original trailer, that was Dark Days, he looked way too photorealistic, and it just looked off. It didn't look like a hedgehog. It looked like a man wearing a suit of a hedgehog. And obviously, if you look at the side-by-side picture of like the pink sheep in the trailer and then Sonic, it does look kind of similar. Unfortunately, it is giving the same amount of vibes. So am I saying to bully the producers until they make the change? No, because bullying is bad. 2016 Pyro would be saying that, but not current Pyro. I'm a changed man. Like, I think with the Minecraft sheep, if they got rid of the hyper-realistic teeth and the hyper-realistic tongue, I think the rest of the model actually looks okay. One way I think they can actually save the film is by putting a few, like, you know, adult jokes in there. Hear me out. I'm not talking about innuendos and stuff. Like, okay, so I looked at the plot summary, and they gave a full plot summary in the description of the video. And basically, they're trying to beat the Ender Dragon to go home. You know, the same as, like, pretty much any single Minecraft run. But could you imagine, like, if the ending had, like, like a gag, for example, where, you know, they're trying to beat the Ender Dragon, they ran out of resources, they're all about to die, someone looked at an Enderman, they didn't have the little pumpkin on their head. You know, everyone's gonna get game ended. And then suddenly, Jack Black comes in as Steve, and he uses, like, the funny command block to use console commands to basically delete the Ender Dragon. I think jokes like that, you know, in practice could be kind of funny, but it would go over most kids' heads. So I just don't think they'll put in stuff like that. I think one closing note I want to complain about as well, which I find really bizarre, is like, whoever the VFX team were, they did an amazing job, but they seem to have added fur onto everything. I'm not really sure why. You know, like the llamas have fur, the sheep have fur, that makes sense. But then if you look at stuff like the clouds almost don't look like Minecraft clouds because they look a bit too realistic. And then in even more damning examples, you can vaguely see a creeper for like a couple of frames in the Minecraft trailer, and it has fur on it. This is one of the problems I have with it. Some of the stuff in it looks like Minecraft, and then other parts look hyper realistic. I mean, look at the grass. If you look at the grass in any of the shots of the film, the grass looks like it looks photorealistic. The VFX team, they have done an insane job. But again, just because it's realistic doesn't mean it's actually Minecraft. And let me end the video on this. If you think I'm being too negative, then one of the most liked and wholesome streamers on the internet right now, Queso, watched the trailer, and even he said himself he just did not enjoy the look of it at all.
This don't even look right. There's real people in it. Dude, it's just like, why? Look at this llama. Chat, I legitimately, I thought y'all was just being too critical when I asked y'all if this was good or bad.
The funny thing is about Queso as well, he was actually more hyped about a fan animation in Minecraft someone made for him than the actual Minecraft trailer.
Okay, so we spawned in an area where there's literally one tree. What? Dude, what is this? We spawned in an area where there's literally one tree within the next 30 miles.
Beans, get my job.
Like what?
Yeah. Hitting him.
We're all good here.
Wait, does he give honey or no? That'd be too hyper realistic, right?
Yeah.
So what does all of this mean with the Minecraft film coming out? I don't know, but they should bring back Jablinski Games. Remember that YouTube channel that Jack Black had that he said he was going to upload loads of video games on, and he basically never ended up playing a single video game? Yeah, he should bring that back.
Hey, what's up? It's me, Jack Black. This is my new YouTube channel, Jablinski. It's gonna be bigger than Ninja. It's gonna be bigger than PewDiePie. So what's Jablin, Jables? It's PewDiePie!